No. Beg your some. All right, thank you. Morning thoughts, morning thoughts, morning thoughts. Shout out to Angel D. Angel D, big up yourself and thank you for being the first one in this morning. Sean Cassell is in the building with us this morning. Shout out to the people going out to work this morning. Shout out to the people coming in from work this morning. Extra special big up shout out to the people who work multiple jobs. I have the utmost respect for you. Shout out to my entrepreneurs, stay at home moms and pops, my retirees. Shout out to the drivers. Shout out to the Uber driver, Lyft driver, truck driver, taxi driver, food delivery drivers, round town and long distance truck drivers. Shout out to the crossing guards. Shout out to the school teachers. Shout out to law enforcement personnel, medical field personnel. Shout out to the payroll attendees. Shout out to whatever your job description is. Shout out to you. Shout out to every single clean hearted, good hearted person who wants good for others as much as you want good for yourself. Shout out to you. You're a good person. And on days like this, every week we say, it's the freaking weekend, baby. Clap it up, clap it up, clap it up. Made it through another week. We made it through another week. A lot to give thanks for. Listen, just starting the live this morning, right? I'm scrolling through IG and go over one of the accounts that I follow. There's a young lady on there that left her dying message. She said, if I die, then this message should be released. She was diagnosed recently with an aggressive form of cancer. Let me see if I could pull it up. She was diagnosed recently with an aggressive form of cancer. Um, and her message basically says this has nothing to do with lifestyle choices. Not all cancers are a lifestyle choice thing. Sometimes it's hereditary. Sometimes life just throw you a curveball. And apparently, let me fix this. My face look like when bed sheet wrinkle up. I had a long night, man. I had a super long night. I'm head a bang right now. I'm trying to be here, but I'm here. I'm here. Back to what I was saying though. Just like I like to tell my audience, be thankful for life, man. Be thankful for the things you have. Be thankful for breath. Be thankful for your abilities. You know what I mean? Your body is functioning properly. You're up and healthy and you're not sick. You're not on the other side of earth, under the grave, under the ground, in a grave somewhere. You're not ill. You're not hooked up to any machines in any hospital or anything. These are good days and good times. Be thankful because bad days and bad times can come. It can happen, right? She's a 25-year-old woman and she announced her own death on social media after her rare cancer battle. Her cancer battle with a rare form of cancer that appeared suddenly. It was extra aggressive and she has passed away. And her people released her her message um after she passed. It's one of them messages there that says something like, if you're reading this, then it means that I have died. Right? Imagine having to have to write that at 25, right? If you're reading this, it means that I have died. My battle with cancer and my family I've died from my battle with cancer, and my family are posting my final message on my behalf. Firstly, I just want to say not all cancers are caused by lifestyle choices. In some cases, it's genetics or it's just unfortunate. Thanks, babe. Wifey carry some tea, come give me. Yeah. Sober me up. Boy. The let me read her whole message. I owe her that much, out of respect. It says, firstly, I just want to say that not all cancers are caused by lifestyle choices. In some cases, it's genetic, or unfortunately, it just happens. In my case, despite me being very healthy and active, a cancer started in my bile ducts, which was not caused by anything in my control, and my life was never the same again. It's called a cholangiocarcinoma. Cholangiocarcinoma is a rare, aggressive cancer with often no obvious cause and no cure. I really, really do hope that in the years to come, more research is done about this horrid, cruel disease so that more lives can be saved. So, with that being said, although we can't control what happens to us, we can control how we react. I chose not to mourn the life I was losing, despite being so devastated, but to insist on enjoying every moment I had left. On don't wait till on have very few minutes left to start to enjoy the moments you have left, right? But I'll say more at the end. As I have always said and believed, you should enjoy the little things in life and cherish every moment. Romanticize your life. Do whatever makes you happy. And don't let anyone take the joy of life away from you. I love my life. Everything I had achieved was what I wanted. I love my job. I love my fiance, my family, my friends, my dog, the house we were just going to buy, and the future we were making for ourselves. Leo, my fur baby, was definitely brought into my life to help brighten my darkest days. You know, people call fur babies their animals, fur baby, right? So thank you, everyone, for making my life so magical. Remember what I said about enjoying the little things. If ever there is a tomorrow where we're not together, there is something you must always remember. You are braver than you believe. You are stronger than you seem, and you are smarter than you think. But the most important thing is, even if we're apart, I'll always be with you. And then she ended that Winnie the Pooh. And lastly, to my dear, beautiful Tom, that's her fiance. I love you and always will. Thank you for supporting me and bringing so much love and happiness into my life. Go enjoy your life now. You deserve it. Yeah. Uh, to, to have to write that at such a young age, you know. And what's fitting for this is her last picture, how she wanted to be remembered, is that just her walking down the beach with her dog off into the sunset, right? And this is her right here. And she lost her battle with cancer at 25 years old. 25, right? So it reiterates my message, right? That I always say give thanks for all you have, enjoy life to the fullest. Stop waking up and taking every day for granted and thinking, I'll have another day tomorrow. I'll have another year next year. You're planning about, where are we in 2024? You over here planning for 2029 and 2030. Might not be in the cards for you, my friend. I don't mean to be pessimistic. I'm a very optimistic person. That's why I say right now is the time, right? So live right now. Be in the moment right now. Because that's all you have is right now. You don't have tomorrow. Tomorrow ain't come yet. And you definitely ain't got yesterday because yesterday is gone and you can't bring it back. All you have is now, right here, today. Exist today. Live today. Be here today. Live is the word, not just exist. All right. And with that said, I don't know why I started off like that this morning. It just rested heavy on my conscience because I'm feeling good. I'm feeling thankful. I'm feeling joyful. I'm feeling upful to be here, you know, and I plan to live to the fullest because one day, ta, we will all be out of here, right? Right. With that said, let's get into our topics this morning. Good afternoon, SouFlo, and everyone else on this platform, all the way from England, 5063. 5063, you know, I love when you put that at the end of your statement, all the way from England. I just picture it being said in a voice like all the way from England when we did little me used to think that England was so far away. And it is. It is. I don't know what happened to my first airplane ride to England. And I ended up at, let me see, Gatwick. Gatwick was my first airport. The next time was I went through Gatwick and I left through Heathrow. That was it. All she wrote. But that first ride going, not coming back, that plane ride was 14 hours and change, my friend. I don't know if it gets shot or no, but being on one plane for 14 hours straight, but it was good enough. It was good. The plane did have whole heap of room. Them serve about 3 meals before me reach the spot. Me I go all kind of something. And we was young them time. They never really know nothing. So well hype about life and excited. I still have that same enthusiasm for life. Get up and go. Book a ticket and be out. Jump in the car and ride out. Drive. Life, man. Life. Life is here to be lived. Enjoy it. So shout out to you, my friend, all the way from across the pond. Big up to my Canadian people in here. Shout out to my people in the Caribbean islands, wherever island you are. We are all the same one people. Yesterday, I was talking to somebody who is Dominican, and the person says, "No, papi, I know black, I Spanish." And I said in the comment section, "You're Spanish, you speak Spanish, but you're still black." And a big friggin' conversation went left because all the Dominican them jump in there and tried to whip my behind. You're so stupid. She is a Latina. She is Hispanic. She is this. I said, yes, she is all that, but she's a black woman too. At the end of the day, So I don't know where that went, but no, papi, I know black. I Spanish. Black as hell. I Spanish. We all one people, man. One Caribbean. It's about 9.5 hours now, Maryland Grant. Well, that's good. That's good because 14 hours. Dorothy T says Afro Latina is what they call it. Yeah, but they try to use the Latina part instead of the Afro part. Right. So when I see them, and they always come off like, no, 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 papi, I know black. I know black, I Spanish. I told you all about going to Walmart. I went to the grocery store and a young man came up to me and he said, "Could I ask you something?" For those of you who never heard the story before, this is a repeat. "Could I ask you something?" He's tall and him look in my band, beard and everything. Me know somebody out of the blue just approached me about could I ask you something, but him have on his Walmart stuff, so I wasn't too offended. He said, "What do I look like?" I said, "What do you mean? What do you look like?" He said, "I mean, what's my makeup? Because somebody just told me I look mixed." I said, "You do look mixed." He said, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, but mixed between what?" Watch this. I said, you look like a mix of black and white. Like, how biracial children from black and white, because Blasian, black and Asian kids look different from black and white kids mixed. So he asked me, and I said, "You look like a mix between black and white." That young man's face went mad. He was like this. I said, "Why you ask me that?" He said, "Cause people keep telling me that I look black or I look mixed with black, and I'm not. I'm Dominican." Just like that. I mean, never go ask him where him is, He come to me out the blue. I went to the grocery store to shop. So that's just to show you. Man, listen. Whatever, man. You're black. Go on which party I go. And he left me and walk away and looked like he was stunted. Like he was off after I said what I said. So they go out their way to subtract the black or the African or whatever it is out of their. Another one, a white looking Dominican person yesterday said to me, "Black Dominicans don't mind being black, they just don't want to be mistaken for African American." I said to him, "By the looks of you, it is you and your type why black Dominicans feel like it's bad to say they're black. Because you guys make them feel like it's bad. Don't forget, the world is watching. We see how y'all treat them Haitians, and we see how there are videos online of black Americans going to the Dominican Republic and being mistaken for Haitians and getting some shitty treatment until you realize that they're Americans and they're there on vacation and they're spending money. Then it changes, right? So start acting on social media like you love the dark skinned Africanoid Dominican people. And furthermore, you don't have any right to speak, because just in your comment alone, where you said they don't want to be mistaken as Black American, that's coming from you. Whether you are Black American, whether you are Caribbean American, whether you are straight off the continent, or whether you are straight off the continent of Africa Black, you're still Black, and Black is Black all across the board. That's what I said to the guy. He didn't answer back, but okay. Black is Black all across the board. Be proud of your Blackness. We just bunch of different places we've been and developed different cultural norms and ideas and ideology and styles and thing and different way of living, but it's still all the same DNA, it's still all the same people. So get that through your head at the end of the day. Because you born, what, how did that man say it to me? He said a horse that's born in a pig's pen is not a pig, it's still a horse. Yeah. So because because you weren't born on the continent of Africa, and you still have the same descriptive characteristics, it does not take away from the fact that you are that. You understand? So that is that. Anyway, this morning we have a bag of things to talk about. Minimum wage in Jamaica has increased. Again, may I tell you now, I just wish that every year was election year. Because at 2 times now, them increased the minimum wage from most recently where they gave themselves the big old multi-million-dollar raises. They gave them a drop in the bucket. It was a $2,000 raise for minimum wage. They gave minimum wage a next boost again yesterday. And, you should have seen the people them. But we'll talk about that. Haitian orphans have arrived in Jamaica. The bridge that I was talking to y'all about, that so many people are cussing me over on Instagram. Mind your business. Talk about where happened foreign. You don't understand how complicated it is to get one of these bridges fixed. That bridge has finally gotten a contract to be fixed. That's all me care about. I don't really care about what people got to say. I care about using this platform to help those who can't speak loud enough for themselves. And watching the videos and seeing them kids crossing that bridge. If you look at the icon for this video this morning, that's the bridge. You look in the background, those are the children. They were crossing that bridge to go to school. They've been crossing that bridge to go to school for a long time now, and that bridge had collapsed, and nobody was paying attention to it. We'll talk about that in a minute, and we're going to close out with the Omar Collymore trial update for those of you who are following that with me, right? So let's start out like this. We don't want to beat the Vybz Kartel case to death, but it's a very interesting case that's headlining right now because everybody is on edge, on seat to see what's going to happen. Is there going to be a retrial, or are they going to go free? Well, I just watched The Fix. So shout out to The Fix, Nightly Fix. Y'all can go watch Isaac Buchanan's interview there. Isaac Buchanan is highly confident that there will be no retrial. Just to put that out there, he is highly confident there will be no retrial. There's one point where they asked him about it and he said, it makes good for TV. So I don't know what that means, but at the end of the day, this is what I think. And I'll leave this thought concerning that, and then I'll move on to the next topic. The Privy Council in the UK is using the Vybz Kartel case to show us Jamaicans. Listen to this. This is my assessment. I've been thinking about this, really. The Privy Council in the UK is using the Vybz Kartel case to show us Jamaicans that we cannot separate from the crown and get justice on our own. They sent that case back to the appeal courts in Jamaica to show us that even when a chance is given to correct a mistake and make amends, that we are incapable of doing so. Therefore, we need them. I think this is the effort to quiet the call for Jamaica to get rid of the Privy Council and go independent. For those of you who don't know, they had a fourth option. The fourth option, the Privy Council could have used it. And the fourth option would have allowed them to say, well, we understand mistakes were made in the case. However, the evidence is so overwhelming, the conviction of guilty must stand. They didn't do that. Now, the stakes are high. Chess is being played, not checkers. Perfect time to get that message across on a high profile case. We cannot afford to get rid of the Privy Council because without them, we won't be able to actually get justice. That's what I think is going on. And they're watching to see if Jamaica can actually correct this. But I think they know that ego, pride, and their way of doing things in Jamaica, it'll be more exposed to us Jamaicans now than ever before, as far as the law goes and how it plays out, right? I hope there's no retrial, 5 Field 6-3. Well, go watch the Isaac Buchanan interview on Nightly Fix. He said he is sure there won't be a retrial, but we'll see. We'll see. I already explained to you what's about to happen next. Once the orders come in from the UK, or the paperwork rather, coming from the UK Privy Council, they will now stand before the same appeal court that missed it. They will now stand before them. This is why I think the Privy Council is saying, we're going to show you that even when given a chance to correct a mistake, they're not able to do so. Their biases will get in the way. Their, I don't know, behind the door camaraderies will get in the way. Their, whatever they got going on is just not going to amount to pure justice. We'll see how that goes, right? Missy Bram says, you're going to see how many changes going to be made now. Yes, because they said, oh, they're trying, now they're going to change, we have to change these laws to make sure that people do not benefit. The accused does not benefit, and the convicted does not benefit from any mistake being made by an attorney in the law or something like that, then put on the headline. But it wasn't no mistake. It wasn't no mistake. PJ Patterson already came out and told us, I believe it was 1983, the first case like that happened in Jamaica. It's already on the books. It happened there. They know the course of action to take at two different levels. 4 judges ignored that, along with DPP, which is not a judge, but her position is powerful. Her and 4 judges ignored that. And for the people, it's 1983, right, Missy Bram? Right. And for the people who are saying Vybz Kartel attorneys agreed also, they did not. The DPP herself said when the judge asked for their opinions, Vybz Kartel's attorneys said, no, we should stop right here. Don't go further with this. She said, I don't have a problem going further. And the judge went further. The judge sided with her and went further, even though it was a wrong thing to do. And it also said, we'll deal with the backlash or the consequences or whatever when it comes, if it comes, kind of thing, right? Well, it came, right? They took it to the appeal court in Jamaica. A panel of 3 judges, again, looked over the same thing and ignored it again. That's why it ended up in the UK. That's why when you heard the law lords speaking in the UK, one of them said, this should have been squashed or this should have been dealt with at Jamaica appeal level. And we're surprised that it got past Jamaica appeal level and ended up here with us. Well, now we have to make that decision. Right. But we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Anyhow, more important and pressing things here. Minimum wage has increased. That's one of the things that y'all know me. I've been talking about this for a long time. I just the first time, the first, I'll say it like this: we go to Jamaica on vacation. I walk with a little bit of money, and I choose where the money goes on purpose, right? I'm not one of the people that are traditional. I kind of like frivolously, not well, I would say frivolously, I would more like say calculatingly give out money. It could be a security guard that's guarding the gate to a place that I'm staying. It could be um the lady that cleans up the room or the house that I'm staying in while I'm there. It could be, I don't know, it could be somebody who I'm gonna get food from and I see. But if I come get food from you, I'm gonna drop a thing. It could be me just observing and be like, damn, I love this vibe. This is a whole family working right here, like the restaurant right in front of them house. This is entrepreneurship. This is the backbone of Jamaica. This is what makes Jamaica work, right? These people, mother, father, son, and daughter, working in the same and them cook shop are run hot, There's one down in Westmoreland that I love. And no matter how early you're going in the morning, them have the food fresh and ready. And I love the fact that they have the house, right? They have the restaurant right here, they have the house behind it, and then they have the farm behind the house. And everything is coming from farm to kitchen. Yo, you can't get no better living than that. If we could have that here, think about how much better it would be for us, right? So stuff like that, me watch. And I might just be like, this deserves some extra, and boom, just drop a money and walk away. They look at it when you leave, and they're like, oh my God. Some of them are like, find you and come back, come, thank you, thank you, I appreciate this so much. Oh, you sure you didn't want to leave so much? Me say, for you, man. Really? I love doing that. Now, when I found out that the minimum wage, what it was in Jamaica, I was flabbergasted. I don't know everything. I don't profess to know everything. I've been moving around the island, not paying attention to how much the people were getting paid. So I just find out. And it was wifey that said to me one day, Mr. Boy, babe, me give her the money, And babe said, how much you give her? I told her, and she said, well, you just give her more than our weekly wages. I said, no way. She said, yes, babe. You give her way more than she make per week. I said, really? She said, yeah. Cause she know about me never pay attention to it. So I said, how much? I gotta go look this up, cause it can be. So me I look up now how much they get paid per week, and I was like, holy, who can survive off of this? So the minimum wage thing in Jamaica has always been an issue for me, right? And I started taking it personal ever since then. Me I tell you, say, me I enjoy my vacation, Me I want a whole house to myself, And a beautiful place, a location, and everything. And the way how this lady took care of my stuff, my surroundings. Like, me could have eat off on the floor. I could have eat off on the bathroom floor. I'm no over exaggerated neither. She was like super clean. And then one of the days when I came in, I noticed she had her daughter with her. And she said, "This is my daughter, so and so." And then I was like, "Yep, she forget the money here." Because I was holding on to it, waiting to see get it. And I say, "Yep, she the money here." So as we were driving out and she was going in to clean, while she opened the door, she in there already a clean. My reverse back and run inside, money and left. And as I was leaving, it was like, oh my God, are you sure? Like, is this for me? And I'm like, yes, man, thank you. I appreciate you so much. Thank you, thank you. And just leave, you know? And I encourage other people to do that too, because it goes a long way. Yeah. It tell our people that we don't forget them. And we understand and we know that things it is rough. And none of we out here now try live off of that kind of money there. I don't know how them do it, but them do it. Okay? And me no know I told wife I said, boy, if me did that Jamaica and things never go on for me, and this is what I had to do, I probably would be involved in some I can't see it. It's rough. It's rough. It's rough. So this morning, the Jamaica Observer has Andrew Holness on there. The people are hugging him. Minimum wage gone up again. So it's only for hugs for him from people, it just kind of reminds me of like give them a little and then give them a little more and then give them a little more and then them run upon you and them worship you. Cause them feel like say yeah, give them a whole heap. You know, that's the picture that's used for the headline. And it says minimum wage has increased. And here's the detail of the minimum wage being increased. It says the national minimum wage will be increased from 13,000 to 15,000. There was an increase recently from 10 or 11,000 let me see, 13, 12, 11. I believe it was from 11 to 13. And now they're going from 13 to 15. And that is per 40-hour work week. Now, I want you to do something for me. And go, so somebody just put it right there. Missy Bram Bram says it's $82 per work week. So anybody who's watching this, just know that when you in Jamaica and you're broth and a show off and you're fling with the hundreds, them, you just remember that the people that you see that's making stuff happen, majority of them, this is their salary. It's $82, less than I would spend on dinner. $82 is their entire week salary, and that's for 40 hours per work week, right? So now it'll be increased. This is this morning. The national minimum wage will be increased from 13,000 to $15,000 per 40-hour work week, effective June 1st of 2024. Prime Minister Andrew Holness said on Thursday, according to him, the 15% hike will put industrial security guards in line with other minimum wage earners. But just talk to a security guard the other day. Him say, SouFLo, you big up everybody a morning time. You never big up the sicky them. I'm say, yeah, all right, then me I go do that. So shout out to the security guards them as well as everybody else, yeah? Holness, who had already completed his budget debate presentation in the House of Representatives, returned to the lectern after being congratulated by the government, saying that we'll get to the meaningful part of this. He said that the government thought about the adjustment very carefully and decided that it was necessary to do so to keep the working class and the poorest abreast with inflation. Now, I went and did this morning. Boom. How much is 15,000 Jamaican dollars in US dollars? First, right? And it's going to tell you that it's like $82, right? Okay. Then I went and looked to see how much is 2,000 Jamaican dollars in US dollars.
2,000 Jamaican dollars equals 13 United States dollars and 1 cent.
So they just added $13 more to their week. They just added $13 more to their weekly salary. So you'll get an extra $13 to your paycheck per week. Yeah. And we have to look at, he says we have to look out for the poor and the most vulnerable in our society. This is what he told a packed Gordon House at some minutes to 7 p.m. yesterday. Right. So now the wage is up to $96, Missy Bram Bram. $96. Yeah. So just remember that they make under $100 per week. Yeah. But talk to real people at Jamaica. I don't know what some people be. You don't live here. Why you keep speaking on Jamaica? I talk to real people in Jamaica. I talk to the people them who work more than 40-hour week. I talk to the people them who are catching their ass trying to survive off the money they make. I talk to the people them who not involved in any criminal activities. They just work hard. I talk to the people them who've been working hard forever and still can't put a car on the road yet, so they still have to take public transportation to get to and from. I talk to the people them who have dreams and aspirations and desires and them want build a little house for themselves or afford a piece of land where them can put a little house on it or do something. Just things to me that are like the bare minimum. And it's not like they're lazy. It's that they're working their ass off and they're just not getting ahead, because that's the overhead that they're looking at. So again, be mindful of these things as well. We had also signaled last year, he said, that we intended to do away with this business of having different minimum wages for our industrial security guards and everyone else. The minimum wage for industrial security guards will move from 14,000 per week to 15,000 per week. And this will take effect June 1st of 2024. So 1,000 a week is what? $6 and change? Something like that. The Prime Minister had made similar announcement in his budget presentation last year when he declared that the minimum wage would be increased from 9,000 it was to 13,000 per 40-hour work week effective June 1st, while the minimum wage for industrial security workers would have moved from 10,000 a week to 14,000 effective June 1st. That was a 44% increase on the national minimum wage at the time. And ask yourself who was surviving off 9,000 per 40-hour work week. 9,000 per 40-hour work week. And this is what they've been surviving off of for years, for the longest. How much is 9,000 Jamaican dollars in US dollars?
9,000 Jamaican dollars equals 58 United States dollars and 53 cents.
Okay. $58.53. Right. Right. So you could see when I give somebody a 100 US, that's 2 weeks worth of work at that time. Right? Right. Can't even go McDonald's with that increase. And that is the stuff that Mark Golding had said in his speech. He said, that can't even buy a good bucket of KFC. And everybody pop up and laugh in the parliament there. But he was actually speaking facts. He was. Now, continuing his presentation in the House on Thursday, Holness noted that as the government moved around the island while campaigning for the February 26th local elections, it was clear that many of our working poor were having it really difficult. Those are two words that should never even go in the same sentence. Working poor, it not sound right. Many of our working poor. Jeez. The hell I'm working for if I'm going to stay poor, working poor. So he said as they were going around the island, doing their political thing um, during the local elections, he realized that most of our working poor are having it very difficult. Well, I'll tell you something. Most of us been going around the island. Most of us been realizing that the working poor been having it difficult, and that's why we've been saying what we've been saying, right? He said that on one of his stops on the campaign trail in Rosetown, Kingston, a young woman had stopped him and asked about increasing the minimum wage. And she was complaining that she work hard, but her salary is just not enough. It's not sufficient. It not reach. They're certainly on the lower end of the society in terms of working poor, real challenges. So, in presenting this budget, we look at how we can support every sector of the society. And I believe that the budget presented has touched almost every sector of our society, he said. We have touched pensioners, we have touched public sector workers, we have touched people who want to own homes, we have touched the poor, we have touched the vulnerable. We have done as best as we could without being fiscally reckless. I believe we have presented to the people of Jamaica a good budget. When the People's National Party leader Mark Golding was giving his budget speech, they walked out on him. This is coming from Andrew's budget speech. And I was listening to it yesterday, and I honestly couldn't listen to it. And the reason why, maybe I'm being biased, but I just felt like the way he walked out and led the walkout, I think he should have actually stayed there and then rebutted whatever it was that Mark had to say. I think the kitchen get hot. You know, we have a saying that say if you can't take the heat, come out of the kitchen. And I think that day Mark was cooking and the kitchen got hot and we saw Andrew run out of the hot kitchen. and and it, it was weird to see. You know, but he flee the kitchen, he run out of the hot kitchen. The professional, consummate professional thing to do, lead by example thing to do would have been to sit there. Yeah, I don't like you calling up my wife's name. What good man want anybody? Me, I'm very defensive when it comes to my wife. So me know any good man, you don't want to hear nobody say nothing about your wife. That's just in your nature to protect her and her image or whatever else we got going on. Like, don't speak on her. Don't speak on my kids. Don't speak on my wife unless you have something uplifting to say, right? But you are the prime minister. And what Mark Golding was saying was not a lie. He wasn't making stuff up and he wasn't being disrespectful, right? He was stating something that is the obvious, that is a huge concern for many Jamaicans, and them took it to a whole nother level. So me now didn't want to hear his speech when it was time for him to give his speech. However, I caught a bit of it. And the bit of it that I caught was more or less the Right Honorable Andrew Holness just throwing words. You know, him a throw word like it's an argument. He's talking about how my wife is independent woman that is self-made, and the, and then the opposition don't have no plan. They don't have no plan. Them don't have no. We don't want to hear that. We want to hear what your plan is. We don't want to hear that they don't have no plan. Because anybody can say them don't have no plan. Them just want power. Them just power hungry. But them don't have no plan for the Jamaican people. I mean, come on now. But it looks like that is what wins politics in Jamaica, you know? The back and forth and the ruckus is what wins. Now, earlier before he entered the chambers, Holness addressed exuberant, bell ringing, horn blowing supporters on the outside of Parliament, and he told them that the budget debate presentation that you will hear today is one that will not only give you hope, but in a budget that will show you that we are on our way to the promised destiny of Jamaica. You're on your way to the promised destiny of Jamaica. They gave themselves multi-million-dollar raises. They gave the people them. They gave the people them. You see, when you're getting so little bit, and then you see on front headline it says a 40% raise. That's almost 50%, which means them almost I got double with pay. It sounds like it's a lot until you find out how much they were making in the first place. And then a 40% would be nothing added to that. And then they pretend like they don't have the money, and it's some crazy calculation that has to be done to figure out how to get the people them an extra $6 per week on their paychecks, an extra $12 a week, $12 on their paychecks. The people are happy about it. I don't know. The people who support him are pretending to be happy about it. They say it's a step in the right direction, which I think it is. But you could have top up the money a little more, my friend. And we know that the money is there, right? That's where it's at. Now, the next one, which is my interest, was Troy Bridge. I was angered when I saw Troy Bridge, and I was even more angered when people who are Jamaicans started trying to tell me to shut up and don't talk about it and stay a foreign and talk about foreign because you don't understand Jamaica. And I'm like, Jamaicans don't love Jamaicans. That's when I started saying it looked like we don't love ourselves or our own people, because there's no way you could see that happening And because it's not in your community and because you don't have to go over that thing on a daily basis, it doesn't matter. They'll get to it when they get to it. You know, the first thing I said to myself when I saw Tribridge, I said, if Andrew had to go over that bridge, if it was anywhere in his community, that bridge would have been fixed in 24 hours. I'm going to ask you, it would have been fixed in 24 hours. They would literally do whatever they had to do to rebuild that bridge. The bridge collapsed a long time ago. The people them been sliding on bamboo and rope in modern day Jamaica, going across and coming back across. Granny have to go to the doctor. This is the way we have to go. Mama have to go to market. This is the way we have to go. Put the things them in a basket, tied to the rope, send it cross. Tell the liquor picnic to hold on the rope, send them cross. In modern 2024, in this big, beautiful Jamaica where you're bragging about the infrastructure work that you're doing and how you're building the infrastructure of the country and the big old all-inclusive resorts and the fancy highways that lead to these all-inclusive resorts, what happened to the regular communities where people actually live? Yeah, Tarzan rope thing them a deal with the Buffalo Soldiers in 2024. Now, news was put out yesterday because, you know, a politics time again. Working on replacing the Troy Bridge, which collapsed just over 2 years ago, created inconvenience to thousands of Jamaicans. Now, the Troy Bridge collapsed not over 2 years ago. I love how they spin this in the media. Troy Bridge collapsed August 1st of 2021. And a bridge don't just collapse from Monday to Tuesday. The bridge fall apart little bit by little bit by little bit. No repairs done. Kept falling apart till the whole bridge collapsed. The final collapse of that bridge was August 2021. We are March 2024. And the people in that community have been Tarzan roping from 2021 till now. So when we speak about these things, right, I'm going to say I don't care about your fancy highways. I don't care about your all-inclusives. It's not me trying to say that Jamaica shouldn't have fancy highways and all-inclusives. It's beautiful. I love it. And I think we're a developing country and we can have those things. But stop neglecting the people. Them a swing cross bridge and you are worried about over so and how over so pretty. And that's why we should vote for you. Do things like this. Then you might get me on your side. The bridge represents critical infrastructure for the residents, and there is a loud outcry that the bridge needs to be replaced. He said the tortuous and lengthy process to repair the bridge makes the case for an urgent review and reform of the procurement process, which, due to a complex web of laws, regulations, policies, circulars, and guidelines, can slow you. So when me tell you that man here, yo, he's talking, Fee him talking, Fee him talking, When he start to talk, now me and you have to go across the bridge. We are all we want to know. Because we're not too bright, we're not highly educated, big degree or nothing. We're not even used to read dictionary, learn words, nothing. Talk to it on our level. Hear this. The torturous and lengthy process of the repair makes the case for an argument, review, and reform of the procurement process, which, due to a complex web of laws, regulations, policies, circular and guidelines, can slow down, if not paralyze, the government. What that mean for we? What does that mean for us? The regular people who gotta go there don't need to hear all that. Them not even understand all that. Fix the bridge, brethren. He said that there has been numerous calls from members of parliament on both sides of the house, from the private sector, from boards and managements of ministries and departments and agencies to reform the process, noting that the finance minister already outlined some changes to the procurement process, Holness said streamlining to the existing public investment appraisal process to increase speed and efficiency while preserving accountability and probity will also be necessary. After the Troy Bridge collapsed in August 2021, the Jamaica Observer broke the story that the school children and that other residents in the community were using makeshift methods, including a fallen tree that they would put across it from where the bridge broke out, and a zip line that they had made out of rope, comprising of rope and a bucket, to cross the river. The risky makeshift footbridge connects residents in that neighboring community on Cowick Park in northwestern Manchester to Troy in southern Trelawney. Residents have also had to use a 15-mile alternative commute for those who can't slide across the tree where and slide and do the Tarzan thing. You have to go 15 miles round so and go the other way. That's your alternative option. Yeah, Dorothy T, they were ziplining. You know, y'all ain't seen the pictures? Y'all haven't seen the videos? It was the pictures and the videos that got me talking about this. Because the person who showed the first video, you know, when time river come down, I don't know, some of you are like stushy people and you grow up a certain way. So you don't know about river come down. But when time river come down, like when it rain hard and the river swell up and the river, it just looked like one of them videos I'll be watching on YouTube that's called Most Dangerous Roads, where it shows the kids going to school and them have to go over hill and valley and go past lions and tigers and bears and go through, you know, through the valley of the shadow of death, forget to which part they gotta go on a daily basis. That's what that reminded me of. And I was struck by it. I said, this can't be Jamaica in 2024. Can be. But it is. It is. So they have now said that the bridge will be fixed starting sometime this year. They have made a promise to start working on it. Let's see if that happens. We got our eyes on it and we'll be counting because of from way back when that popped down. August of 2021. We're in March of 2024. Somebody have to say something. Yvonne Wallace say, I watched some of his presentation and I got tired of the tracing. Sorry to say, the PM, the Prime Minister, is a roughing. Warmington is also a more vulgar version of him. The PM always sound like he is in war mode. And I just realized that too. Him cuss out people for real. And him have whole heap of attitude. But I guess, you know, when you're in that position, top office of the island, you can do and say what you want to do and say. Or that's his belief. Now, Yvonne Wallace says about procurement. Nothing, not even a temporary bridge. Incredible. Yep. Nothing. Just left the people them up. You on your own. Find another way. We'll get to it when we get to it. Dorothy T says, Yvonne, you're a better person than me because I can't bring myself to listen to him. I know I should, but I can't. And that's the same thing for me. I know I should. And I will. I will. Just wasn't ready to do it yesterday when he was talking. So I'll do it at a different time. And to be 100% fair and clear, I still have not listened to the entire speech from Mark Golding either at this point. You know, bits and pieces here and there, the pieces that have been publicized, but that's about it. So I owe it to myself to actually listen to both sides so I can have a balanced view of what's taking place. Because that's all we deal with: fairness, balance, reality. Yeah. Now, another thing happened yesterday. The children, the Haitian children, orphans, arrived in Jamaica yesterday. I said this before. When Jamaica said they were going to take up Haitian children, who are orphans, I said that's good. The only thing I was concerned about was for us to make sure that those children that we're taking from Haiti are orphans and we're not being a part of some child trafficking business or human trafficking business, and it comes back to haunt us later on, right? Because this has happened before with Haiti and their children in a crisis time, right? Okay, here's a story from a young lady who was one of the children who were caught by the missionaries said they were taking them to the US. And after the earthquake, they got their paperwork together. Them have the picnic them are get ready to leave Haiti with them and got caught. Her name is Logini. Logini was only 12 years old when the earthquake struck, leaving her city in ruins and Haiti's society in chaos. When a group of people from America offered to take her abroad for a better life, they actually spoke to her parents, and her parents agreed because everything they had been destroyed, and her parents had no food, no money, no way of supporting her, and thought these good people were going to help to make her daughter's life better. Lugini says, I remember it as if it happened today. Not yesterday, today. She is now 21 years old. She said, I left my home with strangers who said they were taking me to the US. My parents agreed, and I leave since they had lost everything in the earthquake and had no money to support me. To be given up so easily, it was traumatizing. They handed me over with no guarantee that they would ever see me again. I have often thought about the ease with which my parents were willing to believe in these strangers, and these strangers had different motives. The group also attempted to smuggle 32 other young boys and girls out of the country and into the Dominican Republic, where they were supposed to meet with other people to be picked up and have the kids uh, picked up. They were intercepted at the border, and all the children came to live with an SOS family at our SOS village in Port-au-Prince, Santo, but not before the frightening ordeal where police officers stopped their bus and took them to the police station. Lugini remembers being held in a juvenile facility for 2 days before welfare authorities arranged for her to move to SOS Children's Village. She was cared for by her SOS mother, Rachel, for 2 months, while SOS worked to reunite her with her parents. Her parents are now separated, have their own lives apart from her, she says. When I arrived at the SOS Village community, I was frightened and I was stressed because I didn't know what was happening to me. I was 12. I did not sleep that night that I arrived, but I remain very grateful to my SOS mother, Rachel, because she reassured me until my fears faded away. After a few days there, Lugini said she began to settle in to her new home and make friends, and she keeps in touch with many of the young people that she met there who all were about to be trafficked as well, and they were rescued. She also recalls some of the counseling activities that helped her and other children to recover from that trauma, and the trauma of the earthquake, and the trauma of being separated from their parents, and the trauma of almost being trafficked. Her childhood experience has left her resolved to never repeat her parents' mistakes. This taught me, she said, that I have to prepare before I have children of my own. Something we tell everybody to do all the time. Don't just be out here having no oops babies. Prepare before you have a child. I have to be able to provide for my child. I have to be able to provide to avoid what happened to me 10 years ago. The chaos in the aftermath of the Haiti in earthquake, the earthquake in Haiti in 2010, created an opportunity for unscrupulous individuals to exploit the most vulnerable of the Haitian society, the children. The number of desperate parents who were convinced, let your children go with them. Let the children leave with these strangers. This is the saddest lesson of this catastrophe, said the national director of the SOS village in Haiti. SOS played a role in protecting these children from being trafficked out of Haiti into the Dominican Republic, into the immediate aftermath of that disaster. In the months and years since we have reunited some of these children with their families, we have rebuilt schools and we have helped countless families and communities to recover from this tragedy. The question remains, how many Haitian children actually got trafficked out of Haiti before we were able to catch on to what's going on and were able to stop these that we were able to save from being trafficked out. So it comes shiny, it look pretty, not necessarily means say it good. In other words, what I'm saying is I hope for Jamaica's sake that we are actually helping Haitian children who are orphaned and this ain't no mix up. I saw yesterday that the comment section, man, can be so disheartening at times. I don't know when most Jamaicans are gonna wake up and realize that you're just like the Haitian people, right? There ain't really no difference too much between y'all. I the same people, let me know. Yeah, your brother and sister them still. So the comment section was just killing me yesterday. It was just overriding my senses in every way. When I saw so them picnic they are come with who are only pa obia or obia spirit are coming up. And them same one I go grow up and come obia way. And the next person say, yeah, them not have no money and resources for feed with Jamaican picnic them, but them a pick up all of them Haitian picnic and bring them come here. It was just like they're not welcoming. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, family. How you doing?
Good morning, SouFLo.
Good.
Wow, I'm amazed that I got through.
Yeah.
I'm calm. I'm
Turn down your
I'm
background
sorry,
noise
it's a
though.
little bit of a delay. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, whatever you're
So
listening on, you turn that down because I could hear myself through your device.
I do apologize
No
about that.
problem. No problem.
For, First, I want to say good morning to you and all the viewers. I absolutely appreciate all of the coverage that you have been doing on Haiti. I am a Haitian American
Sweet.
viewer, and I've been a subscriber to your channel actually since you've been covering the assassination of the Haitian president.
Yeah.
Really appreciate all of the hard work that you've put into covering this topic, and all of the support that you have shown towards Haiti and the Haitian people. I can't express enough in words how much I appreciate it as a subscriber of yours.
Doing my due
I don't
diligence.
really find, I'm sorry.
No, you can go ahead. I was just saying doing my due diligence, but you can go ahead.
No, you certainly have, because it's rare and I haven't come across many channels that are non-Haitian who are covering this topic on an unbiased level in the manner that you have been. So I am very fortunate for that. And I just really want to say, as far as the story that you just read,
Mm-hmm.
that is an unfortunate situation. There are many stories in reference to what has happened to the Haitian children, during the earthquake. And before that, with all the intervention the US had in Haiti, there has been a lot of atrocities that has happened towards Haitian children, Haitian women, and Haitian men alike. And the only thing that I want everyone to understand is respect everyone's position, regardless if agree and support Haiti. That is totally up to you. I live in the US, Brooklyn, New York, so we have a lot in common with that.
Right.
But so as far as with the migration situation in the US, it's a touchy subject, and I understand the Jamaicans' position, a lot of Jamaican people position as far as how can we help Haiti when Jamaica needs so much help on its own, and how can the Jamaican government be talking about assisting Haiti as far as sending, officials there or bringing people into Jamaica when there's so much that needs to be done in Jamaica. I completely understand that. And I won't take away from anyone's point of view in reference to that position.
Right.
My position is I really want people to truly understand history and what Haiti should mean to every Black person in the world. Haiti is the only country in the world to successfully revolt against slavery. That is a fact. That is history. That happened in 1804. And as Black people, the fact that that is not even taught or educated. A lot of people are unaware of that fact. And a lot of people turn their back on Haiti as if Haiti has not assisted many Black countries. Haiti has helped the entire Caribbean, Jamaica, many other countries alike. And I think that it's time that people really take a look at Haiti and try to really understand the history in Haiti and what is really taking place and why Haiti has been in so much turmoil. It's not necessarily due to the Haitian people and Haitians want to destroy Haiti. There is a lot of history, and particularly what the U.S. has done to Haiti, the what has and what's taking place to this day. There's no guns that's being manufactured in Haiti. So where all these guns coming from?
Hmm.
Where all these drugs coming from?
Hmm.
And a lot of people just look at Haiti and for whatever reason cast Haiti away. I don't know why. And it's so unfortunate because you hear so many disheartening things about the Haitian people. And in particularly, it's always voodoo.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, Haitians are not the only ones that do voodoo. Voodoo exists in every single part of the world. Okay. Voodoo exists in Jamaica. Voodoo exists in Guyana. Voodoo exists in all throughout the Caribbean, in Asia. Voodoo exists in Africa. Voodoo exists in Europe. Voodoo exists everywhere. And for whatever reason, Haitians tend to get cast with that negative and evil and demonic um, conjecture that a lot of people place on Haiti. Yes, it is true that voodoo is deeply rooted in Haiti, but voodoo is deeply rooted all throughout the world. And perhaps if people actually educated themselves about voodoo, then perhaps they wouldn't see it in such an evil way. But that's neither here nor there because
Right.
I know that's going to stir up another conversation.
Right.
My position, I just want to thank you for all the hard work that you've done. And I really hope that people really just dive into the history of Haiti and the Haitian people. Haitian people are some of the most loving, caring people in this world. And if it was the other way around, I would hope that Haiti would be willing and able to help, the other countries, our Caribbean brothers and sisters. But Haiti is not against any Black country. If anything, Black people all around the world need to be uplifting Haiti. So thank you so much for your time. Thank you, and I hope you have a wonderful day. It was a pleasure speaking with you.
All right. No, I appreciate you greatly. All right. Thank you. Have a
Thank
good
you.
one.
You too. Take care.
All right. All right. Listen. You know, yeah, man. All we can do is just do our little part. You know, just do our little part to let the people know that it's your people. I don't know. I don't know where the division come from, but I know where the division come from. The old divide and conquer is in full effect at all times, and it continues to be used. And it's sad that it continues to work so well. That's the sad part about that. But that's the reality of it, and that's the truth. You understand? Um, Banches says Haitians are very similar to Jamaican except for the culture, but as loving people as the whole Caribbean. Uh, so years ago, right? Just a quick story about somebody I really admire. His name is David, and he lives right here in my city. And whoever goes to the Palm Bay Walmart, just ask for David, you'll know him. I never met a man. Most of the men I know, they're faithful. Even the ones who are really faithful about their family, they're faithful to a degree. A short skirt will still get him to turn his head, right? Even if he don't approach and say him want some. Me never meet a man yet that just the man look like when he came to work, he just came to work, brethren, and him no look pan no gal. Even when the rest of us was in there talking about yo, Omar, you see that one there? Damn, I wonder about the biggie man, I wonder he wouldn't even be a part of any of it. It turns out, right? He was young at the time. It turns out he had his wife in Haiti, and he was trying to get his wife over to the U.S. I've now known David for years now, but at the time when I knew him, many years had gone by. Him trying to work out the immigration stuff to get his wife here, and every time we talk about gal and which gal this and which woman that, David was like, I don't see nobody but my wife. And it was a beautiful thing to see. Let's take this call real quick. He got his wife over from Haiti, and then they just started having kids back to back to back. Now his family is just beautiful. A beer girls him get though, but I just say that to say she didn't have to go into the they're like they're loving and they're caring and they're having to sell yourself so much to convince people that we're capable of love too. Don't look at us like we're just evil and live on the air with SouFlo. So I missed that call. Caller, can you call back, please? But yeah, man, they're humans too, and they are more connected to us than anything else, and we need to know this. So with the Haitian children coming in, I saw somebody asking. My concern is, are they going to be put in the same system that they've been keeping Jamaican children in? And we've heard horror stories about the system in Jamaica for orphan children as well. There was a particular female who blew everything out of the water the other day, and she talked about even people in positions of power preying on them once them she said once them start bust breasts, and they would use her to bring other girls out of the system to them, and then they would of course sexually abuse these girls, and sometimes they would groom them and coerce them and give them a little bit of money here and there and all that, and ask them who's going to believe you. You are a runaway, and you run away from state care, we have to bring you back, and these kind of things. I forgot who put that video out, but it wasn't too long ago we were all watching the video. So there is good and bad in all this. We hope that where these children end up is better than where they are coming from. You know, if they're coming from bad situations, we hope they end up in better situations. We also hope that the system in Jamaica is able to correct its loopholes and do better by the children. Live on the air with SouFlo. Good morning.
Good morning, SouFlo. How you doing?
I'm good, family. How you doing this morning?
I'm good.
Talk to us, sir.
Yeah, I just wanted to touch upon what the young lady was saying about, I guess, Haiti and the image that across the Caribbean or across the rest of the world, and learning more about Haiti's contribution and how folks really don't know. And I know people are in the chat are not going to look it up, so I'm going to give you a quick history.
Right ahead.
1791, Haitian Revolution starts, right? Ends in 1804 with the emancipation of Haitian people. Yes, voodoo was used. I don't see nothing wrong with that. Anything our ancestors needed to use to liberate themselves from sodomy, from being buried up to their neck and honey poured on their head for ants to feast on, from being impaled, from being raped, I'm fine with it. What name? Napoleon. When 1791 happened, Napoleon sent his leadership to Haiti and said that these Black people are no longer good for the job. Eradicate everybody off the island. That was his mandate, to get rid of everyone. There are two islands had the worst slavery, Haiti and Jamaica. Both were used as concentration camps. They would go to Africa, get people, work them to death. Go to Africa, get people, work them to death. On average, most people lived about 7 years because the labor was so hard.
Yes.
And that's why Haiti was one of the greatest plantations for France, and Jamaica for Britain, because it was so hard. The young women, many of them could not even reproduce because the burden on their body was so hard, right? So they did what they needed to do. These people brought us Christianity, and with their Christianity, we're still messed up until today. So that is the greatest voodoo. The white man voodoo is the greatest voodoo the world has ever seen, because till today, our people bleaching skin, our people can't get it together. That's real voodoo, if you want to talk voodoo. Right, there we go. All right, next thing now. After the emancipation of Haiti, Haiti goes to emancipate the Dominican Republic, the same people who can't stand them. Emancipate the Dominican Republic from slavery. After that, they start to work with Latin America. They helped Simon Bolivar. They gave Simon Bolivar resources as he was fighting against the Spaniards, and said, we're giving you these resources because I understand you're in your emancipation fight, but we want you to eradicate slavery from your country and across Latin America. Also in Colombia, Haiti contributed. That's why when you look at is it Haiti's flag, or sorry, one of them, I'm getting mixed up with my island, it's either Colombia or Venezuela flag, one of them flag. You see the similar colors as to the Haitian flag because of that collaboration. So in addition, because of what Haiti did, France was already in a fragile position. France had to sell their U.S. colonies. They had to sell to, reparate the slaveholders and pay back debts and all that kind of stuff, because our people were seen as stock and bonds. So now they lost investment. So 1/3 of the United States had to be sold to the United States. Sorry, I'm talking about kids. 1/3 of the French colonies had to be sold to United States. Right. There would be no United States, 50 states, if it wasn't for Haiti. So really, America should be thanking Haiti, because if it wasn't for Haiti, a third of this country would be French speaking.
Facts.
You understand what I'm saying?
Facts.
So these are just some of the few things that people need to know and understand. Haiti has, some people say, oh, it's because of the voodoo. It's not because of the voodoo. Haiti is a small island. The United States is the most powerful nation on the planet. After Haiti had to pay $21 billion to France, which in today's money is in the trillions.
Facts.
Up until 1950, they were paying that. And then after that, the U.S. invaded Haiti in the 1930s, stole their gold reserves to start what we call Citibank. Citibank owes Haiti. The gold reserves were stole, $500,000 worth of gold reserves in the 1930s time, and rewrote their constitution, right? So that their people can own land, because they had it where if you were not classified as Black, there's certain things you could not do, because they went through hell during slavery. I'm going to take you back a quick thing. I forgot one thing. The Citadel, the largest fortress in the Western Hemisphere, is located in Haiti. After slavery, the people said never again. They created a fortress out of stone that is on the hills of Haiti. It's beautiful. It's the only one in the Western Hemisphere, so that they could see if the French were coming back. It's played with cannons and all kind of stuff. It's a amazing structure built by enslaved people with their bare hands. They didn't have no caterpillar crane and all of that to put it together, right? Okay, I'm gonna bring you back now to 1930. While the U.S. was in Haiti in 1930, occupying, abusing people, doing all kind of stuff. I think they were there for almost about 20 years, right? Creating disarray. After that, they put in their puppet leaders. Take you through that. You know how that work already. Everybody know how the puppet leader thing work already. All right, I'll bring you a little further. I don't remember what year it was. I don't know if it was the 60s or 70s. Haiti's primary food resource were black pigs. You know black pig? All right. I think it was under the Clinton administration, because I take you to the 90s. You know how they do, just like with Jamaica, we had our coconut and we say, hey, we want to start coconut industry. Then they say, oh my God, coconut oil in the Caribbean has arsenic. So they have to come and spray our coconut tree them. When they spray our coconut tree, the whole coconut tree them dead out, right? All right, Haiti did the same thing. They said that the pigs had a disease. CDC said, everybody worked together, because they work together, honey. Okay? Then they came and they exterminated Haiti's primary food resource under their puppet government, right? And then they did a few programs to replace them with pink pigs. The pigs that they replaced them with, one, they didn't do enough. They were too costly and they could not take the heat. So it was not sustainable. So they purposely wiped out Haiti's primary food resource and then gone about them business. We know Aristide came in, right? They came, went to a sovereign nation, just the way they did with Libya, and took the man out of power in his own country. I'm just saying these things to show you and we've already heard about, there's whispering, and I'm sure it will come out in unclassified documents in 50 years, about the influence of the U.S. government in the assassination of Jovenel Moïse, who stopped playing ball with them. Right? When you stop, that's why when they knocked on the door, they said DEA, because he said, oh, no, I'm going to stop use Haiti as your port for drugs. So DEA, and even the assassins said they did it because they thought that they had the approval of the U.S. government. Why would they say that? Because the U.S. government is involved, right? Okay, I'm saying these things to show you these people. There was a decision during Napoleon where he said that we will never let Haiti thrive. And it's not because they emancipated themselves. This is a quote. Not because they emancipated themselves from slavery, but because they are a Black nation. And we cannot allow them to be a beacon and an example to the world. And between France and the United States and the World Trade Organization and the United Nations, who were there so-called as peacekeepers, who were sodomizing the people in Pitney and brought cholera to Haiti. Haiti did not have cholera. The United Nations brought cholera, and a report they had to admit that they brought it. And they drop off these things and they walk and say, oh, yeah, it was a mistake, or we're sorry. And they don't do any correction because it's on purpose. I want people to understand the concerted effort against a Black nation that fought against the white power structure. The white power structure is unforgiving. They do not forgive, honey. They expect you to forgive everything they do, but they have no forgiveness till this day. Biden is there talking about if the Haitian them come over, he want to take them to Guantanamo Bay while he's rolling out red carpet for Ukrainians and Venezuelans. I want you to understand the level of hatred. Even sometimes you hear the white people them talk about Haiti today. They talk about, oh, they killed all the white people on the island. They never say, well, I mean, the people that were enslaved, the people that were going through hell, wait for the people them to do. You had an American Revolution, you don't complain. The French had a French Revolution. Why can't the Haitians have a revolution? Why are you mad about that 400 years later? These people are unforgiving. These people will come after you. And I want us to understand all of these dynamics when talking about Haiti and stop with this, oh, it's because of voodoo and Rayante. If it wasn't for voodoo, there would be no Haitians. Because the plan was to wipe the island out. They said that these Negroes have gone bad. We need to go to Africa. We need to get a new bunch of them and start fresh.
Yep.
So I just wanted to share that piece of history with everyone.
I appreciate you greatly. Yeah. Thank you. You said way more than I would have said this morning. Thank you.
Good.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. She said a mouthful. And with that said, right, the children, I saw somebody just said this. Majority of those children that came into Jamaica yesterday from Haiti, they have deficiencies. I don't know what the proper word is today to be used. We just say people handicapped, them say we don't call people that anymore. When you say disabled, them say that's not friendly. So I don't know which word to use, but that's what the case is. Now, those children who ended up in Jamaica, they were actually supposed to come to the US. Yeah. So I don't know if you want to look on it like they ended up in a better situation, or I can't say too much. Yeah. I let people say
We had hoped to bring them to our own country, to the U.S., but our country wouldn't accept them. So we are thrilled that your government allowed us to bring these kids, because in Haiti, there are no opportunities for them to receive the medical care that they need. Every one of these kids are either severely disabled or critically ill. We've lost 9 children in the past 14 months waiting for the to get permission from the Haiti government to let us leave. It wasn't an issue of coming, it was that we couldn't get permission to leave.
How challenging has the last few weeks been
for
the children?
We have gone back and forth, back and forth. We think we're ready to go, and then there'll be a gang attack, and we can't leave the orphanage. We've had the most incredible team of a security force that helped us get them out 2 nights ago. But as we were literally opening the gate to leave with all the kids to meet the ship, the gangs blocked our bus with 59 children on it. And they started shooting in the air. The kids have a smartphone for emergencies. They called me. I could hear the shooting. And, they're like, Mom, what are we supposed to do? And I'm like, just listen to the security. But the gangs had detained everyone. So we ended up having to give them all the cash we had on that bus.
Oh, you had to pay the gangs.
We were either they were going to shoot us, or I wasn't there myself, but they were going to shoot the kids, or we paid them. So they searched the bus and took all of the money. We had hoped to bring them to our own country, to the U.S.
do with that what you will. That's what I'll say about that. Do with that what you will. They weren't full bodied enough for do with that what you will. I'll say that. Angel D, have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful weekend. On to our last topic for the morning. Because you see this Haitian thing, we could go talk about that all day. Especially since the caller said so much. We could really dive in. But I will just do this. I encourage you to go educate yourself so that you are in the know, right? We live in information age, and there's no reason why certain things you should not know unless you just really don't care to know. One more call, live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
So, good morning. How are you?
I'm good, family. How you doing this morning?
I'm great, thank you. And good morning to the SouFLo family. I just have a couple of points to make.
Mm-hmm.
The first one is, my best friend is Haitian. We've been friends for 35 years. So now she's like my sister. And we have this discussion. Where are the Blacks that are speaking up for Haiti? The Black people that are in power that are speaking up for Haiti? Where are the Al Sharptons, all the rest of those Black leaders that are speaking up for Haiti? Secondly, I the Jamaican government for reaching out and taking these kids to Jamaica. I don't have a problem with that. Kudos to them.
Right.
My thing is this: are they going to be treated like the Jamaican kids are being treated, who are in foster care, who are in state care? Because from my knowledge of foster care and state care in Jamaica, that is like the greatest dump ever. It's like sending your kids to a concentration camp. Is this what they have lined up for these kids? And if not, think about the healthcare in Jamaica. People in Jamaica are unable to get healthcare, proper healthcare. I have visited Jamaica. My sister's kid got sick there. And when she took her son to the hospital, she had to get a cardboard box and lay her child on the floor on the cardboard box. Is this what a better treatment that they're going to take these kids and open them up to? I am all for helping the Haitians. We should all come together and help each other and stand united together and fight for each other. But where are the Black leaders? Where is President Obama, ex-President Obama? Where's Michelle? Where's Al Sharpton? Where are these people? Why are no Blacks standing up for the Haitian community? Okay, good for Jamaica. They are in dire stress for help themselves, especially where their kids are concerned and how these kids are dying, how they've been taken, the stuff that's going on. I'm just really passionate about that. Don't take me out of one mess to put me in another mess. I don't think that the help that we're claiming to give, it's help that when we need it, when the kids in Jamaica needs this help themselves, help yours first. I'm not saying don't help Haiti, but are they going to bring them into the same situation as the kids in Jamaica are in? Those are just my points. So
all right,
maybe you can answer those for me, or someone else can.
All right, we'll see where the conversation goes. And I appreciate you for calling in. You just sparked something in my head that I'm about to say. All right?
Okay.
All right, I appreciate you. Okay, so what I notice is this. No, listen, we have to, I keep saying this, we have to skillfully navigate this landscape because we can end up at a place where, oh, you don't need to be here anymore because them topics that you're getting into and what's being said, etc., sometimes it's just go with the flow instead of go against the grain. The hammer strikes the nail that's sticking up. It doesn't look for the nails that are fully nailed down into the board. Sometimes you just got to camouflage your stuff, and you have to know skillfully how to navigate this landscape. That's what I mean. Now, I'm going to speak in a way where you will have to read between the lines. A meeting just took place in Jamaica today. About with all these prominent people to discuss. Walk with it and please open your mind. A meeting took place in Jamaica the other day with prominent people to discuss the future of Haiti and what's going on now and how they should handle it now, etc. A large amount of money was introduced in that meeting. Jamaica obviously gets a cut of that money. Boom. Full stop. Leave that out. When I was growing up in Miami, Florida, I became familiar with people who would take children out of the foster care system, and the government would pay them for taking these children out the foster care system. Now, to the community, it would look like, oh, Mama Ella is a good woman. She's all about the kids. She's a single woman. She has this huge house that she's able to afford because of the amount of money and benefits that the state gives her because her wishes to raise these children in a homely way outside of a system. So she'll end up having like 6, 7, 8 kids out of the foster care system. It wasn't until later that I learned that each kid came with a check. And if you multiply the checks, is a whole lot of money. What I learned then, because I got to know one particular woman's son, he drove nice cars. He owned 2 sports cars, drove nice cars, dressed in not even name brand, but high-end name brand clothing, and lived the high life. His mom treated those children like shit. And the only time his mom actually really treated them children good is when she was about to get a check from the system, as in people would come through just to check on the place, make sure everything is still up to par, so on and so forth. Connect those 2 stories. Those who are meant to understand what I just said, you'll get it. I didn't spell out what I really wanted to say, but connect the stories. At the end of the day, we have concerns. But for right now, it's looking like the situation in Haiti is much worse than what they're going into in Jamaica. But for the long run, for these children's sake, what's it going to come out to be? Now, we know a lot of Jamaicans, children that are disabled. And it seems like Jamaica doesn't have the resources for them. So these children, majority disabled, coming into Jamaica from Haiti, are they going to be able to access these resources that are needed that Jamaican disabled children were not able to access? That's where that conversation went. I'm going to leave that one right there as food for thought. Go ahead and dissect it. We can't spell everything out. Moving right along. Our last topic for the morning, and this is just for the people who have been following me with the Collymore story. Before we go into that, though, let me say this. Prime Minister Andrew Holness declared that his wife, Jolette, is an independent woman who has achieved on her own. I don't like where they took that conversation. Mark Golding said that the rules are that the Speaker of the House must be independent of the head of government. Clearly, there's a conflict of interest because a wife, just by her marriage vows alone, two becomes one, cannot be independent of her husband. That's all he said, right? Babsy Grange jumps up and turns this into an attack on women. So now you have all these women who have joined the attack on women bus. And it's no longer about the actual rule that says Speaker of the House must be independent of the head of government. I'll just leave that right there. One call, break up the monotony or break up the chain of thought here, and then we'll get into our last topic. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. SouFLo, and to all SouFLo team.
Good morning, family. How you doing?
Okay. It's so good to talk to you. I just wanted to mention about I came across something on YouTube the other day about all those politicians in Jamaica that are millionaires, US millionaires.
Mm.
Philip Powell is at the top of the list, Andrew Onis. All these, where they get all this money from, and all these infrastructures that they're talking about is not being taken care of, that bridge, the schools. And like you said, he's so good at talking that people are not seeing, people are not thinking. They are millionaires.
Yeah.
I was surprised at the figures that they're talking about. Philip Powell, and we talk about PNP who voted. Philip Powell was the only one who voted from PNP to get to put his wife where she is, because they're all corrupt. That's all I have to say.
All right, thank you. Well, she said nothing new. She said what everybody else is saying, right? Kingston is split into pieces, and Philip Powell controls the constituency over here, part of it, and Gillette Holness controls another part of it. We went through that yesterday, so we understand that they all rub elbows. And, just like what's his name from the UIC had explained to us, that it's basically two sides of the same coin kind of thing. And when you run to this one thinking you're about to be rescued, them just remix it and give it to you in a different way over here, right? But with that said, because I don't want to confuse anybody politically. I'm going to say this again. The rule says the Speaker of the House must be independent of the head of government. The head of government is the Prime Minister. The Speaker of the House is now the Prime Minister's wife. Did that break the rule? I'll leave it to your intelligent mind to suss that out. And I'm moving right along. The Collymore story. For those of us keeping updated with the Collymore case, Omar Collymore, the businessman who is on trial for ordering the hit of his wife, Simone Collymore. We already updated you with stories telling you that the U.S. law enforcement officials are very invested in this case that's going on in Jamaica because a similar incident happened here in the U.S. with that same guy and his woman that he was with at the time. And her life insurance policy was 1 million US dollars. And she was taken out under suspicious circumstances like this. We found out that he left the US after a settlement. 400,000 of the 1 million, 600,000 went to somebody else. So he skated off with 400,000 US dollars and Simone Collymore, and they went back to Jamaica to live with Simone's parents. And from there, their relationship went into whatever it went into until, apparently he started being unfaithful. Not apparently, he started being unfaithful. His side chick, one of his side chicks or his side chick came to court and testified. She got flown out to the US from Jamaica. She got sent on shopping sprees and money invested in her to start up her own business ventures and so on and so forth. She didn't want to have anything to do with him anymore after a while, and he was begging to be with her. All the while, his wife was begging him to be with him, acting like you don't want your wife, but begging your side chick to come back to you, kind of thing. So the last time we spoke about this, the updated information said that it was a few hours before wifey was killed that certain conversations took place, and they have a record of it. And then up until the minute of, and then minutes after. He's pretty much fried if you look at the evidence they have. Now, for today, a police officer testified. Police officer who initially questioned Omar Collymore dismissed a suggestion from the defense counsel that the accused cooperated with the police in the investigation into the murder of his wife, Simone Campbell Collymore. His attorneys are in court saying, our client has nothing to do with this, and he has been nothing but cooperative with the police. So why are y'all dragging him? Well, the police officer said, that's a lie. He hasn't been cooperative. So the 32-year-old businesswoman, for those of you who don't know, and her taxi driver, Winston Walters, may he rest in peace, 36, was shot and killed outside of the gate of her apartment building as they were waiting for the electronic gate to open so they could go in. It was all caught on video, and we've seen the video before. It was gruesome. I saw when the bike rode down on them. I saw when the pillion rider, the guy on the back, jumped off the bike. He ran up to the window and he just started pumping bullets into the car, into the passenger side where Simone was. And the other guy went around the other side and started pumping bullets into that side. And, they both, it was terrible. It was terrible. So Mr. Collymore, Dwayne Pink, Shaquille Edwards, Michael Adams, those are all the guys who are on trial for this hit. The shooters are speaking, or the main shooter is speaking. The other main shooter is dead. He was gunned down by police in a separate incident that had nothing to do with this. But the other shooter already told us, yeah, I had to do it. It was under force. They said that they would kill my mother, and they know my mom, and they would kill other members of my family if I didn't do it. My brother used to deal with them, but my brother got locked up and owes them a debt that they came to collect from me. And this is what they wanted me to do, to carry out the hit on Simone in exchange for paying off my brother's debt. I was helpless. I didn't want them to do anything to my mom or other members of my family, so I did it. So he's speaking. He's already turned state witness. He's already given all the intricate information and more who's involved, how it came together, and we have many more pieces of information concerning how this man put this hit together for his wife, right? Like the day that she was being killed and he was orchestrating, and he would hang up the phone from her and then call back. All that's traceable. And then call the guys and say, yes, she about to leave right now. Hurry up. She'll be here quick. Do it today. Do it today. And one of them said something about, well, we can't do it today because the machine when we did borrow from my man there, him did want it back for your next work. And him said, brother, just do it and done, no man. Do it and done. Do it today and done. Very persistent to get them to carry out the hit on his wife. You know, prior to cross-examination, it was disclosed during evidence in chief, marshaled by the prosecution, that the police witness instructed Mr. Collymore, in the presence of his attorneys at the time, not to leave the island, as he could be needed at any time for further interview. It said that during the examination, Mr. Collymore's attorney, Diane Jobson, asked the deputy superintendent if Mr. Collymore was always cooperative with the police, and the police officer said no. The witness told the courts that his attorney told her that she should call him and he would take Mr. Collymore in for questioning. But on February 7th of 2018, while the witness contacted the attorney, Mr. Collymore was taken in for questioning. He was subsequently placed on the wanted list. The police explained that on February 8th, police teams were sent to Manchester to pick him up. The courts were told that he was arrested at a guest house in Junction, St. Elizabeth, and he was taken to the Mandeville police station. In the meantime, Simone's parents and best friends, who were clad in royal blue, celebrated her birthday on Wednesday. Simone would have been 39 years old Wednesday, day before yesterday. This trial has now been adjourned and will continue April 8th. Those are for those who are interested in the trial and are following it. It's a sad situation, but it makes us think. And I encourage all of you to think like this. Watch your circle. Watch who you're with. A brother made a joke the other day and him said, somehow the man have some woman a wife up. If you ever know how that girl they hate you, she can't wait for stab a big knife in your spinal cord. And I laughed because the way it was said. But that goes both ways and it goes for all of us. Some of us have some people around us that's very close to us that have no good intentions for us. And I think you need to pray for discernment. And I think you need to open your eyes more and study the people who you allow to have access to you and to your life. Because it always comes from left field where you never expected it would come from. I'll leave you with that. Right, that's all. With that said, it's March 22nd. The weather is nice outside. I don't know how it is where you're at, but here in beautiful Florida, well, we get rain today, but the weather's still nice. Go outside and get some clean, fresh air. Think about your actions. Consequences follow actions. Actions cause reaction. It's the way how the universe works. And I said it yesterday or day before yesterday on Instagram, and I'll say it again. Karma does not care about your religion. Your God will forgive you in your mind, right? And that will put your soul at ease. But karma, irrespective of religion, will pay you back. All right? So again, think about your actions before you go doing what it is you're going to regret later. We have to live with life like that. We're grown people, don't? All right. Clean up your karma then. And with that said, we bring it to an end this morning. Have a wonderful weekend. I appreciate every one of you. Walk with God. Be good. If you can't be good, be careful. That's what they used to tell us. And I'll catch you on another video sometime soon. All right? One love. I'm out. Peace.